We only got one album to review today. We're going to focus on Yeat and his new album, Lifestyle, his second drop of the year. 2093 dropped in March, maybe?
Earlier in the
Not
year, for
sure.
sure.
Early in the year. I guess go ahead, Tom. What are your thoughts on Lifestyle by Yeat?
Okay, so Lifestyle, I like the cover. I guess I'll start there. I like the cover better than
Okay.
the 2093 cover, I think.
That was
Like,
a crazy place to start, but all right, fair.
because when I saw the cover, I was like, damn, that cover is sick. Like, I think the cover stands out as a good cover.
Okay.
Okay, so this album starts off with Geek Time. Bro,
hmm
Geek
So
Time goes
it's
insane.
good. It's so
That
good.
production is crazy.
It's great.
I love Geek Time.
Yeah.
That's in my top 2 or 3 Yeat songs of all time. Like
Really.
Geek, that's up there. That's like maybe my favorite Yeat song.
Fair
Like
enough. It's a
Geek
great
Time
song.
is gas.
I
That
think it's
production's crazy.
arguably the best song on the album.
I think it's my favorite for sure. Yeah, the first 7 or 8 tracks on this are really good. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, Geek Time, Speedball were a couple of my favorites. There's just like a lot of bangers in the first like 8 track run. The atmosphere that he builds, the crazy production and the sounds and unique things that you don't really hear from anyone else. Like it just works, has his unique vibe, sounds great in a car, like just vibing out to it.
Always. Yeah.
Really like the first half of this album a lot. Yeah, his production, his atmosphere is just next level. I feel like that's really one of his strengths is
For
just
sure.
setting that atmosphere and making you feel like you're like, I don't know, you're like surrounded by the music. I don't know, he's really
Yeah.
good at that. Yeah. I didn't really love Be Quiet with Kodak. I kind of wanted to like that more than I did. I was kind of underwhelmed by that. It wasn't the best, didn't hate it. Gone for a Minute is kind of a weird, crazier one, but I actually really fucked with that song. I don't know. But it
Yeah.
has like a lot of weird sounds and it is like a
Yeah. I
more
love the
interesting one, but I liked it a lot.
I love the unique production on Gone for a Minute for sure.
Yeah, it's super weird and unique, but yeah, I'm a fan. Forever Again, I liked a lot. I do think when I got to this point in the album to Forever Again, I was like, I could get if someone wanted to argue that a lot of these songs sound the same and have a similar sound and it's getting repetitive. I could understand that argument. But he's one of the artists where even if that does happen, the songs aren't bad. It's totally listenable. They're all still pretty good. But I could understand someone arguing that a lot of these songs sound the same. I kind of started to think that when I got to that point.
That's a good point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do understand why you would think that, but the fact that, like you said a few minutes ago, every one you could play in the car and bump to, and everyone's going to get your energy right, and you could just vibe to. So
Yeah.
it is something to be said.
Because energy is something that I come on here and complain a lot about. If there's an album I don't like, it's often because the energy is low and it doesn't sound like they're into it. And Yeat does not have that problem. He's into it. He's got the energy. I vibe to the Yeat music. I like to eliminate a lot. Yeat does some like different flows and voice inflections and like deliveries on that one that I never really heard him do before. Eliminate's definitely one of my favorite tracks on there. Lying Five Fun. I really like that one. His rap verse and there's a lot of production in the beginning and the end of that song, but there's a rap verse in the middle. I really like the verse from Yeat there on Lying Five Fun. The songs with Don Toliver and Lil Durk were good, not great, not my favorites. Usually songs like this, especially with artists that aren't my favorites, I usually prefer all the songs with features just because they're the most interesting and re-listenable and fun. On this album, the songs with features actually weren't my favorite. I like songs like Geek Time and Speedball better than the ones with Dirk and those guys. So kind of interesting. I feel like that's like a compliment to Yeat. Like you don't need the features. I like your
Yeah.
solo shit even better. Generally, I'm like I like the features songs. These are the best songs. It's kind of a cheat code. Get a bunch of features. They're gonna be good songs. On this album, not the case. I like the solo songs better. Overall, I enjoy this album quite a bit. I would put it similarly rated for me to 2093. I think they are on a similar rating to me. I would score Lifestyle. I wrote 8.0. I'm somewhere between like a 7.9 to an 8.1. I'm right around an 8. I like 2093. I like Lifestyle. If I had to pick one, I might keep Lifestyle. I don't know. I like Breathe a lot. There's a lot of tracks I really like on both. And for his second album of the year, I thought Lifestyle was pretty good. Not my favorite, but I enjoyed it a lot. It's pretty good.
Solid. Good review, man. Yeah. I also liked it. A lot of the same points you had, like his ear for production and setting the vibe and the energy of the album. I mean, is one of the best in the game. Really, I genuinely believe he has one of the best like
Yeah, I
production
agree.
choices throughout all of his albums, essentially in the game. When it comes to that environment and setting that environment, I feel like 2093 kind of set the world a little bit better. Like the whole futuristic vibe. Like I felt like the concept was a bit more like laid out and fleshed out. You know what I'm saying? More readable with 2093. I did like this album though. High energy start with Geek Time. Like I said, probably my favorite album or song on the album.
It's
I
so
personally,
fucking good, dude.
I like the Kodak feature, and actually I like the other two features too. I thought the Lil Durk feature was pretty solid,
Yeah, I
and the
liked
Don
them.
Toliver feature. No, yeah, I know, but they
I
kind
just
of
liked
did.
like Geek Time better than those,
Those are
basically.
kind of ones that stood out to me though, like opposite of you. I guess we're kind of differing today, but those are a couple that stood out to me were the features. Geek Time, definitely the best solo song on there for me though. Um, Also though, I did like Eliminate. The productions with like the little gunshots in the back was like
Yeah,
super fire. The fucking psychedelic production on New High, I thought was insane. Life Party, I thought was a great end to the album.
I
Like he's
like that
just
one a
got
lot.
really great ear for music and just good sounds, and like you said, world building and putting you in that environment, feeling like you're in the music. Um, and like you said, every song can be bumped regularly. You know what I'm
They're not bad
saying?
songs on here.
Not at all. And like if you're trying to get into that mood that Yeat gets you into, like that braggadocious, just trying to vibe and bump, every song will do that for you. Um, I thought it was solid. I guess overall, I think his production choices, like I said, are arguably some of my favorite in music right now. After enjoying 2093 a lot, I really did like it at the beginning of the year. It was probably one of my favorite albums. Obviously, we've had so many albums come out since then, but I don't feel like this quite lived up to 2093 for me. Like I said, I don't think the concept was quite as strong and the world building didn't quite match up. I just felt like the world building and concept was so strong in 2093. You started listening and you're like time traveling to the future. It felt like genuinely with all the beats and the production choices on 2093. Still a great album. Um, I like the features a lot, and yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Damn, yeah. I thought you might come in here and give it like higher than me. So you definitely had some opinions that I wasn't ready for today.
Yeah,
So
and I feel like maybe a little bit long. You know how I feel about the longer albums. It's
it
like
is
what
long,
20 songs,
over an
and
hour. Yeah,
it does get a little bit repetitive, and I think that's one reason I do like 2093 so much is that it was so unique even for Yeat. Like a lot of those songs on 2093 you can't really hear in Yeat's catalog. I feel like a lot of these songs kind of goes back to his classic style and vibe, which is
I would
fine,
agree.
but I prefer 2093 slightly, probably by a point. I got this at a 7.
So with the rest of the albums from 2024 on this tier list, where does Lifestyle by Yeet go?
Wow, we really have
I'm at
so
an 8,
many.
you're at a 7, we're at like a 7.5. I'm guessing it's somewhere in a few misses, slightly below the last Yeet album if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's probably.
Like above or below 21 Savage, Vultures, Ski Mask, Lil
Is it better than the
Sims.
Don Toliver album? Is what I'm comparing it to.
To
I wasn't a huge
me,
fan of that Don Toliver album. I felt like there was some meat left on the bones.
I like the Yeet one better, I would say.
You think so?
I would. I would go above that. I'm just
That's the
going.
area I'm hovering. So I'm
I
okay with that.
agree. I'm thinking like just above Big X the Plug, below Lil Tecca, maybe just above Lil Tecca, right around there.
Yeah, I do like this. I think me personally, I think I got the Lil Tecca album a little higher, but we gotta even it out here. So
Right
yeah,
there.
personally, I'd probably go personally a little lower, but you're a bit higher, probably around that Don Toliver area. So I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, we have it one spot. Yeah, two spots above. Oh no, I'm looking at the T Grizzly album. I'm an idiot. Where's the Don Toliver album? Yeah.
At the top next to
No, yeah,
well,
yeah. I'm cool with that. I was looking at the wrong cover. I was looking at the T Grizzly cover for
well,
some reason. I thought that was the.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I feel
mean,
like some of these albums are better. The Joyner
which
album,
ones?
the Lil Sims album, kind
Yeah,
of are better.
yeah, I actually
I
kind
feel
of
like
still
even
like
Lil
where I
Tecca
put
is
it.
kind of
Yeah,
better.
yeah, I kind of do like it right below the little Tecca
Yeah,
spot.
I'm
Actually,
I'm good
honestly.
with that. I'm good with that right there.
But yeah, two pretty good albums from Yeat this year, though. Like, it's impressive.
Yeah, man.
People are putting out so much music nowadays, like multiple good albums a year. It's insane.
Yep. And come back next week. We're gonna be reviewing two more albums. We'll be reviewing Tyler the Creator's Chromacopia, and we'll also be reviewing. I'm blanking.
Uzi.
Lil Uzi Vert's Eternal to Take Two.
Yeah.
Tap in. We'll be back next week. Shorter episode today, short and sweet for y'all. That's it.
It's Off the Top podcast, got you laughing like you hit the gas pack. Show is crazy like you watching Mad Max. Every other podcast is mad whack. Off the Top podcast.